Hello everyone, this is video 1 of what will probably be about 4 videos from Cup Karts North America Grand Nationals number 6. We are pulling out of the pits and heading out for heat number 1. This would have been Friday evening. This is a long weekend of racing. The first heat was Friday evening after a day of practice and qualifying, and we had 2 more official heats on Saturday, and then the final on Sunday. I am racing in the LO206 Legends class, which is for drivers age 50 and over. Our minimum weight was 375 pounds, and after a not good qualifying, I am starting, as you can see, not very many karts behind me. I am starting in, I believe, I think it was 31 or 33rd place, something like that. It was probably 31. Judging by the karts behind me. So qualifying did not go well. They gave us this during our drivers meeting. They emphasized to go when you went out there. Don't allow there to be a gap or anything like that. So I instantly caught up to the guy in front of me, and then for the most part I wasn't really able to get around him, and so I qualified a little bit slower than him probably. But now we are gridded up, and this is going to be a short video. I'm not going to do this full race on this one. This is just an example of how you can totally screw up a first lap without actually crashing. Crashing would be the worst. This is probably going to be second worst. So we're coming around, and we have to stay in these tram lines up here now. I heard the drivers meeting and everything, and I should have known about this, but we're coming down, and the first part that's going to go bad for me is everybody checks up. The 28 locks it right there, and I slow down. At this instance, they throw the green flag. And as you can see, everybody takes off. And then you can see I cut the tram lines right at the end. So, at the end of this heat, I had a 2-position penalty waiting for me. I didn't really know I did it, to tell you the truth, because I was somewhat distracted by the fact that I knew I just got bamboozled on that start. And now I know that the few guys that were behind me are now in front of me. I think I was able to look over my shoulder, and I could tell there were a couple of other guys back there, but not many. And there you can see the giant snake of go-karts in front of me that I need to try to get past. My hope was to try to knock off about 10 of these guys and get up into the 20s. And it started rough. This is an 8-lap race. We're coming around, the lap times, the really fast guys were getting in the 114s. Some people were getting up in the 119s, and here's where the second part of my screw-up happens. I cook this bad boy and just drive right in the dirt. You can see on my rear-facing camera stuff flying everywhere, and the last 2 remaining guys get past me. And I've got grass on my tires, so I've got to kind of take it easy on these next few turns so that, I can get a good feel for how much grip I had. I didn't want to wipe out because, when you drive into the grass and stuff like that, my tires hadn't heated up that much yet because we were only about, 1 practice lap and 1 lap in. But had they been kind of hot, a lot of that grass would just stick right into your tires. The rubber's pretty soft and malleable, and, things that you drive over just stick right into it. So I spend the rest of this race trying to knock off, guys in front of me. I'm going to save some of that type footage for some of the other heats because, you might get tired of seeing the same type of stuff over and over again. But I was able to knock off a few of those guys up there once I kind of got rolling. One thing about this track is, I don't have much practice here, as I don't think the guys that qualified around me had much practice either. And there was a fair amount of locals driving, and then a lot of competition came in from, around the country. Some of the heavy hitters in this 4-stroke racing right here. So you've got guys that are just wailing on it up front, barely lifting, drafting, pushing each other, where some of us folks there in the back, we're not doing quite a lot of the same type of we're not using the same strategy as the guys in the front. We're just trying to drive as fast as we can around there and not really counting on the help of others. But anyways, I'm going to cut this one off right around now. As you can see, I didn't crash, but I'm still rolling around in dead last. Like I said, I do get around about 3 or 4 people, maybe 5, I don't know. But with that penalty, I end up starting Heat 2 in 36th position with one guy behind me. And if you rewind back and look at that start again, that would be the guy driving right down the middle of the tram lanes. He got a 4-position penalty, so he got put all the way to the back. So we will see you on the next one. It'll be a little longer. I'm going to keep that as that'll be a full Heat number 2 session. There was a pretty decent amount of action in that one, so I'll ramble on through that. But again, this was a heck of a lot of fun. If this is something, you know, if you're a 4-stroke racer out there racing these Briggs LO206 motors, this could be a highlight of your season if you head on out to something like this. As you can see, we were fortunate, at least on this day, with absolutely no rain. It was windy, but who cared? You know, it wasn't raining. That's all we cared about. So that is it, and we will see you on the Heat number 2 video coming up probably in one day.